Welcome to the Upside Down Kingdom.
Hey there, welcome to the sermon preview for this week. My apologies that this is getting to you a day late. Normally it's on Wednesdays, today's Thursday, obviously, but some weeks go that way. So this week we are continuing on in our Sermon on the Mount series called Upside Down Kingdom. This past week we heard from Dennis Berkey talking about the passage where Jesus teaches on adultery and lust and divorce. Those are some tough passages. But then this week, Jesus moves into a different conversation about oaths, right? We're going to be looking at Matthew chapter 5, verses 33 through 37. So we're still in those 6 examples that Jesus gives within our corrected living section in our Sermon on the Mount series, where Jesus is taking the law and he's giving a corrected interpretation of it. He's not changing the law, he's just changing how the people understood it. And this passage is really not a ton different from the other passages in that the teachers of the law were teaching things a certain way of, hey, if you do it this way, then you're okay. But Jesus is saying, no, we need to get to the heart of the matter here and see what is the motivation behind it. Because, and we'll talk about this more in depth on Sunday, but the teachers of the law, they were developing a system or had developed a system of taking oaths or vows in which they could find a loophole in how to get around it, right? They were figuring out how they could get something from someone by making an oath or a vow, but then not hold up their end of the bargain or do what they said that they were going to do, right? So it really comes down to this idea of having integrity in how we speak. Do the words we say, do we follow through with them? Right, and so that's what we're going to look at this week. We'll see at the end in verse 37 where Jesus says to simply let your yes be yes and your no be no. And so it comes down to this idea of, do we have integrity in how we speak? Do we have integrity in our words? Are we truthful? Are we trustworthy in our conversations and what we say we will do? So I think this is a fascinating passage, and my hope is that in our conversation we'll dig deep enough into this that it'll open up maybe a new view for you. And it's not, because there's some depth to this passage. It's not just a simple, hey, make sure you tell the truth. There's some depth to this and that I hope we will uncover together in our conversation on Sunday. So again, this week we're going to be looking at Matthew chapter 5, verses 33 through 37. So read over that passage, maybe read over it in a couple different translations, and then maybe reflect on this idea of how can you focus more on the integrity of your words, or are you focusing on the integrity of your words? Does each word that you say matter, and do you focus on the integrity behind that? So I'm looking forward to this Sunday. A couple of special things that are happening this Sunday. During the service, we're going to be recognizing the seniors that we have among us, seniors in high school that is. The seniors among us, they'll be recognized during the service. And then after Sunday school, there's going to be a fundraiser for the youth mission trip that's happening this summer. So make sure and come for this. It's going to be a haystack fundraiser, so a delicious meal. Come support the youth after Sunday school for this mission trip. It should be a great time. So looking forward to Sunday. We'll see you there. Take care.
In his upside down kingdom, the king laid down his crown for the cross. He chose to give his life for the lost and the broken souls. He's coming to take us home. Take